The lesson I will be teaching today is on the Common Core standards for grade 2, and it is standard 9, comparing differing text features for 2 different non-fictional books. I've also chosen to use multicultural books on the subject for Kwanzaa, which is for social studies, grade 2. And we also have it listed here on the PowerPoint that I have to display to the classroom. Obviously, if it was in a classroom, it would be displayed large on a screen or a board. The standard compare and contrast the most important points in 2 texts on the same topic. We will go ahead and do the quick review over the text features using the PowerPoint that I have placed. The students will I will specifically ask the students to give me the differing text features before it is brought up on the board. However, these include text features like title page, table of contents, indexes, pictures with labels, diagrams with labels, glossary, index. All of these we will see today during this lesson. Now, at this point, we will move into our main whole group comparison. I'll pass out. It is a informational text compare, and we have text 1 and text 2, how to compare them, and then the contrasting part. And I've also written one up on the board or as a display. This could actually, if my circles weren't crazy, it could probably be displayed in a classroom. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to introduce the first book for them, which is Together for Kwanzaa. And ideally, this would as well be up on a screen. This is also an electronic edition of the text. Together for Kwanzaa by Joanna G. Ford, illustrated by Sheila Heinberger. Now, right off the bat, I would ask the students what they see. We have a title page. And so at this point, we would go ahead and we would go to our bubble over here and we would write title page. Okay. And then I'd ask the students again, what do you see on this page? What are some text features that we just discussed that you see on this page? And we have a table of contents, so we would also write this down. It was the first day of Kwanzaa, and Kayla was sad. Her big brother, Carrie, could not come home for the holidays because a heavy snowstorm had closed all the roads around his school. Kayla always missed Carrie while he was away, but this was worse than ever. Now they would have to start Kwanzaa without him. Kwanzaa was Kayla's favorite time of the year. She loved celebrating her African heritage and doing special things with her family. But how could she enjoy Kwanzaa this year if Carrie was not a part of it? Again, at this point, I would ask any of the students if they have seen anything, and I have not. Although we do know that we're talking about Kwanzaa from our title page. Kayla tried to cheer up. After dressing in colorful African clothes, she began to set the Kwanzaa table. First, she put down the mkeka, a traditional straw mat. And hopefully at this point, they would realize that we have an italicized word. Which was also a part of our list that we went over from before. On top of the mkeka, she placed the kinara, a Kwanzaa candle holder. The kinara holds 7 candles, 1 for each night of Kwanzaa. A black candle in the middle, 3 red candles on the left, and 3 green candles on the right. The colors stand for differing things. Black for the African American people, red for their struggles, and green for hope and a good future. Each night of Kwanzaa, families light candles and celebrate one of 7 Kwanzaa principles, which are ideas that help people to be strong. The principles help to guide them through Kwanzaa, but are practiced all year long. There is a different principle for each day of Kwanzaa. Every year, Kayla and Carrie would share the Kwanzaa greeting. Habari Gani, Carrie would say. The greeting is from the Swahili language. It means, what is happening today? Kayla would answer with Kwanzaa principles for that day. Many Swahili words are used during Kwanzaa. Kayla sighed, it wouldn't be the same without Carrie there tonight. Kayla's parents helped her place fruits and vegetables on the makaka, and the fruits and vegetables are called mazao. They represent the harvest and the importance of working together. Here's the corn, said Kayla. Do you remember the Swahili word? Her mother asked. Muhindi, Kayla answered. The muhindi represents the children in the family. She put 2 ears of corn next to the other Kwanzaa symbols, one for her and one for Carrie. When the table was ready, Kayla's mother helped her light the black candle. Kayla knew that they would light a red candle the second night, a green one the next night, and so on, until all the candles were burning on the last night. I would again stop to see if any of the students had seen anything. At this point, I would hope, as we had discussed, that they would pick up. This book is actually in a narrative form. And we would put that onto our chart. When the table was ready, Kayla's mother helped her light black candles. Kayla knew that they would light a red candle the second night, a green one the next night, and so on, until all the candles were burning on the last night. Since Carrie was not there, Kayla's father greeted her. Habaru Gani, he said. Kayla answered with the first principle of Kwanzaa. Umoji, she said. Umoju means unity. Kayla's father poured a few drops of water from the Kikomobe Cha Umuju, or unity cup, to remember and honor their ancestors. At Kwanzaa, everyone drinks from the unity cup to celebrate family and community unity. Kayla and her family practice unity all year by spending time together as a family. Kayla especially loves family movie night. They would rent movies and eat pizza and popcorn all night long. Thinking about movie night made Kayla miss Carrie even more. The next night, Kayla's father lit the black candle and the first red candle. He said, Kuju Chaguliu, which is the second principle of Kwanzaa. It means self-determination, or deciding what you want to be and do. Kayla decided that she wanted to go to college just like Carrie and study to become a scientist. On the third night, the phone rang just as Kayla was lighting the first green candle. It was Carrie. Habaru Gani, Carrie said. Ujimu, Kayla answered. Ujima is the third principle of Kwanzaa. It means working together and being responsible. One way Kayla and her family practiced Ujima during the year was by participating in her school bake sale. The teachers, parents, and students all worked together to raise money for their community. The black candle, 1 green candle, and 2 gray candles were lit on the 4th night. Kayla was really happy tonight. The roads were clear and Carrie was on his way home. The principle for the 4th night of Kwanzaa is Ujima. Ujima means cooperative economics, or supporting African American businesses. Kayla and her parents loved shopping in Tubman Square, where African Americans sold handmade jewelry, hats, and clothes. The phone rang and Kayla ran to answer it. Hi, Carrie, are you almost home? She asked. Carrie explained that his car had broken down on the way. It would take a few days to fix. Kayla burst into tears. There were only 3 days of Kwanzaa left. Carrie would miss everything. Don't cry, sweetie, Carrie said. I'll see you real soon, I promise. On the 5th night, Kayla's mother lit the candles. Today's the principle was Niyu, or purpose. Kayla decided that her purpose was to be the best little sister she could be. She made Carrie a special Kwanzaa scrapbook telling him all about how the family celebrated the year. Kumba, or creativity, is the principle for the 6th day of Kwanzaa. After the last red candle was lit, Kayla and her parents made lots of decorations for the kuruma that night. Kuruma is a festival where families celebrate with friends and loved ones. Kayla made a flag using the Kwanzaa colors. It was black, red, and green, just like the candles in the menorah. Soon there was a knock at the door. Kayla ran to answer it. "Carrie," she yelled as she opened the door wide. "No, not Carrie, but Grandma and Grandpa are here." Kayla was glad to see her grandparents, but she couldn't help being disappointed that Carrie still had not arrived. She kept hoping that somehow he'd get home before Kwanzaa was over. There were many knocks on the door from friends and family. It was hard to be sad with so many people around. Everyone was enjoying the karamu. There was so much food they had to have a separate table just for desserts. No one heard Carrie at the front door, so when he just walked right in. Kayla squealed with delight when she seen him. "You made it," Kayla said, smiling. "I took a taxi to a bus," he answered, "just to see you." Kayla hugged Carrie as tight as she could. "Imani," Carrie whispered on the last night of Kwanzaa. "Tonight, all the candles glow brightly. Imani means faith, believing in yourself." "I believe in our family," Kayla said as she opened their zawadi, or gifts. Kayla knew that zawadi should be handmade or educational. She gave everyone a photo of the family in a frame she had made from old newspapers. Everyone loved the zawadi, especially Carrie. Okay, so that will be the ending of that text. And one of the students may point out that we have the definitions, or the pronunciations with our italicized words. And the definitions often follow. So at this point, we would move into our second text, and that one's on Kwanzaa, and we have a glossary. And a title page. And we have bold forms of words. And an index. So through this, we would go through this. And then at this point, we would move into our similarities between the two and how they're similar. At this point, after we finished our whole group activity, we're going to go back. I'm going to pull up our PowerPoint. And we're going to go back down to, I have clearly listed expectations for the centers. Management is very important during centers. The students should know not to interrupt during my center. All of their activities are either independent or small group. Center 1 is a small group practice, and it's make a paper craft for Kwanzaa. And so that's what I had done. Mine fell off the wall, but that's what I had done. I had made a paper craft, kuumba, and I have a book that also gives differing ideas, anywhere from a lion or the words. I like this one because it means creativity, and I like to be creative. We have a Center 2 for independent practice, and they're going to pick a book and bring the book to me to go over text features. I want to clearly see that they can do this, and this will be a graded activity. Center 3 will be a folk tales. They're actually African American folk tales, and it would be an audio, and they would put this on and listen to it, and then they're to tell me a paragraph about what their folk tale that they listened to was about, appropriate punctuation, capitalization. And then the final center will be nonfiction text using features for text for flashcards. And at this point, we would break off into the center time and then come back together for whole group as a review, and I would take up their informational text compares, and hopefully they would enjoy this multicultural activity, learning about culture while also learning about comparing text features.